Assalamu alaikum, everyone, and I just want to quickly talk about something that I really find very disturbing in this time and age. Right now, I'm doing psychiatry cycle, so basically, I'm spending a few months in psychiatry department at a local hospital around here in Finland. We all know that the world is going through, different, so many challenges in the world, crisis here, crisis there, problems here, problem there. There is so much uncertainty in the world, the pandemic, the war in Ukraine, problems here, problems there. So these issues could really affect us emotionally and have negative impacts on our overall health, especially on our mental health. So it's very important that we talk about these issues and to try to find solutions to them before they exacerbate or before they get out of the hand. Number one issue that I want to highlight is that it is not a problem. It's okay, it's fine that if someone is having these issues, if someone is having these mental health challenges, it's fine. Because at the end of the day, no one is immune to mental health challenges. And the earlier we can address these issues, the earlier we try to find solutions, the better. Because unfortunately, in so many cases, people come out when the problem, reached to, I don't want to say irreversible level, but to a level where it will be so difficult to treat or to find a solution. And in many cases, unfortunately, things reach to levels that are very difficult, if not impossible, to treat, which subsequently result in, those people to be admitted into psychiatry facilities where they spend years and years and years of their lives, to get treatment. And where I'm working now, I have people that have been here for a couple of years, 3 years, 5 years even, some less and some more, and which is very disheartening. So it's very important to address these issues early on before they get out of the hand. And it's also very important that to raise awareness, to educate ourselves, to educate people around us about the importance of the mental health and how to keep our mental health strong despite all these challenges here and there. So awareness also, it's something very important, to know about mental health, the differences between different types of mental health, what is depression, what is anxiety, what is psychosis, what is social phobia, so forth and so on. So it's very important that we know, not to the level of the doctors, but at least, the levels of that is enough for us to basically understand its basics and to be able to differentiate one from the other. So it's very important. Awareness is very important. And also awarenesses, should happen at, individual level, family level, and also in the community level is very important also to address this issue. So awareness also is very important. What is also very important is, and this is the point that I really, really want people to understand, is now when I see the history of the patients, in my hospital or also in other hospitals where I have worked, I see there is something that most of the patients have in common, and that point is that that there is a foundation, there is something, the starting point. There is a starting point where this problem is emitting from where. And what I found very interesting is that the most common an issue is that it starts from home, families, parents, siblings, because having family problems, family issues will have like great negative impact on the development of our children, because children are very soft. When they are exposed to problems and traumas early on, it will have a huge impact on their life, on their lives in the future. It's like very soft glass that if it just falls out of your hands, it's gonna break into pieces. Some children have witnessed domestic violence, the father beating up the mother, locking the mother inside a bathroom, the mother screaming and crying. A child 4, 5, 6 years old, when they witness this tragedy, it will really have a significant impact on them. I have seen them at the age of 30. They are telling us and me about that incident that happened when they were 5 or 6 years old. So imagine that is just one incident. Imagine these incidents occurring over and over and over again. What kind of impact it will have on them is very important to consider. It's very important to consider how our children are growing, in what kind of an environment our children are growing in. It's very important. It's very important that we basically limit the time our children are spending on their phones, on their iPads or on the computer, on PlayStation, you name it. Our children are spending hours and hours of their times being isolated. They can't form friendships anymore. They tend to end up being lonely in the long run, and that's why they end up being very suicidal. They say that nobody loves me. I can't make meaningful friendships. Why? Because of when they were growing up, they had no concrete relationships with friends or family early on. So it's very, 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 very important that we pay attention to this, because at the end of the day, we are tired of having traumatized children with lack of purpose, lack of life, lack of love. There's no emotion in their lives. Parents who are only thinking about how to make money. Like a child does not want from you only to give him or her clothes or food or drinks or house. No, they need more than that. They need emotional growth. They need a father and a mother who are attentive, who are paying attention, who are working very hard to raise healthy children for the future. Now, we are witnessing so many tragedies here and there, mass shooting committed by young men at the age of 18, 19, 20. And when I read, about their lives and their background, I see they came from broken houses, broken homes. So we need to come together to fix this issue, to fix the problem that, if not addressed now, is gonna get even worse and worse and worse. Imagine 20 years from now, 30 years from now, what kind of what kind of generation will be there. So it's very important that we do something. When a tree is growing, initially in the first few weeks, months, it's very easy to amend it, to make it straight. But after years and years and years and years, when the tree becomes very strong, very stiff, it's so difficult to amend it. Because if you try to amend it, you either break it, and when you break it, khalas, it's gone. There's nothing that you can do about it anymore. So it's very important to do something from now, from early on, because if not now, then when? So I hope that we can come together to find solutions, to raise awareness, to find new ideas, to share our experiences in how to deal with these issues. because together we can do something. No man is an island. No woman is an island, because we are human beings. We are here for one another. If we're not here for one another, then who is here for us?